Hey guys, all right, sorry about that. For anybody that caught the first upload, I was trying to use Facebook's post to group feature, and for some reason there was no audio. So you have 10 minutes of me lip syncing to nothing. I was carrying the baby around, putting her to sleep, and got the video shot. So I'm just running back here real quick. This is going to be a impromptu version. I'll do a longer one over the weekend for you guys, but I wanted to get this done quickly. Chris Binnings specifically asked, "What about beer? Beer, right? Elephant in the room." And we'll kind of address the whole, what about alcohol? This comes up all the time. This is a great question. And so let's talk about beer and alcohol real quick. Hopefully the baby sleeps long enough for me to get this done for you. So I'll try to cover the topics quickly and make this like a Cliff Notes version of the real one I'll make for you later. Okay, beer. Can you have it? Can you not have it? The answer is sort of yes and no. Let's talk about the yes. When can you have beer? If you're maintaining, and by maintaining I mean if you're sort of in like maintenance mode, you're close to where you want to be. Even if you've got a few pounds to lose, if you're in like what I call like lifestyle mode where you're living, day to day, as opposed to like if you have a vacation or like a wedding or something, where you want to be able to like fit into a smaller size outfit or what have you, or you get a cruise coming up. That's a time when we're going to talk about in a minute to maybe get rid of the beer and the alcohol. But when can you have beer? All right, so the question always begs, how much beer? I have gotten recently out of the habit. I used to drink Michelob Ultra every weekend, and those are like whatever, the 65, 70, whatever it is, 80 calories a piece. It sounds fantastic, right? They're light. They're like half the calories of a regular beer. Well, I don't know about you, but those add up fast. And what happened to me was one of the main reasons I switched to wine was because I started tracking my beer. And this is what we're going to sort of recommend doing here in a second. I realized, oh my God, I'm blowing like 800 calories easy a night on beer. That is a lot of empty calories. Empty calories, what does that mean? Okay, well, to sort of give you a very fast scientific analogy, I'll leave a lot of stuff out here, of course, but just this should help paint the picture of why it's sort of detrimental. Alcohol in general, but beer is the worst offender, unfortunately, for those of us that like beer. Let's say you're working on a project, you're doing the dishes in the house, right? You got a big mountain of dishes you're working on, and let's say you get a baby, and the baby's playing over in the kitchen on the side, and she knocks over this giant stack of crap, right? And you're like, oh, I got to stop doing the dishes, I got to go work on these, not picking this stuff up now. That's what happens in our bodies. Our bodies are working on a project. The project, of course, is the fat loss, the muscle gain, all that good stuff. When we dump beer or alcohol in our body says, oh, crap, I got to go take care of this. Alcohol is a toxin. It's a poison. We like it. A lot of us do, especially us musicians in here, and there's quite a few musicians in here. It's just sort of par for the course. It goes with the territory, it's a social thing. People are drinking. But alcohol is a poison, and your body says, all right, we're going to stop all the other projects. We're going to stop burning fat. We're going to stop building muscle, and we got to go work on this crap. Get this alcohol out of here. Start metabolizing the alcohol. Get it out. Break it down. Get it out of the body. We don't like it. So as much as we like consuming the killer cold beer, our body does not enjoy it, and it stops doing what it's doing that's benefiting us. So sort of think about that when you're deciding whether you want to have alcohol or not, and that sort of plays into this next point. If you have an event coming up 4 or 6 weeks, I think that's enough. We did a cruise last year, and I did 21 Day Fix Extreme, which is a very, very good program for like an event. It's just 3 weeks. It's very tough, but it's doable. I'm not a super athlete by any stretch of the imagination. And I finished it. It was tough, but I finished it. And 3 weeks. 3 weeks I cut out alcohol completely. And like, I think it actually was 20 days. Day 21 fell while we were on the cruise. So I did 20 days. And I think day 20 fell when I got on the boat. Of course, I got on a boat, I got to drink. I mean, it's a cruise. I was there to enjoy myself. I'm not going on a cruise and drinking water the whole time just so I can, be as lean as possible. And that's not why we do this. And that plays into the first video we did about your why. The why is not just about the aesthetics for me. I mean, yes, it's fun to be lean, and it was awesome to be on a cruise and be shredded. But I'm also just like to live and enjoy, and I like to get a Guinness at the bar when I want one, and have some good food on the cruise ship. So if if you don't have an event coming up like that, and if you do specifically, you can get with me, shoot me a message or in the comments, and we'll talk a little bit about it, a very specific plan of action, because I do approach things differently. I have sort of two plans that I work with throughout the year. I have, like I said, I'm like a maintenance plan, and that's when I enjoy my beers. I like good craft beer. I like Guinness. I like the dark stuff, which some ways is worse because a lot of it's heavier than like Michelob Ultra, which is like 70 calories or whatever. So I like a good beer, and I have them. I don't want to say every week, because a lot of times I'll just go to wine. Wine's the best. If you don't like wine, then it's not the best. But if you're a wine drinker, wine of the three, it sort of goes wine, hard alcohol, beer, and best to worst. Wine is the easiest on your body, the easiest to metabolize. Got those antioxidants and stuff. You hear about all the time people saying, "Oh, a glass of wine a day is fantastic for you." I don't know if I'd go that far, but I mean, wine is your number one choice if you're trying to pick what to get at the bar. I do Pinot. Pinot's the lightest. Cab is sort of next in line. But those are both fantastic as far as picking something better. The next step would be hard alcohol. It's a little sticky with the soda thing. If you're doing like Grey Goose and 7, diet soda's trash. So I almost would err towards getting the regular soda, because at least you have regular sugar and not that artificial sweetener crap. But that's more calories. So you got to sort of pick your poison there, because it really is kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Again, that stuff adds up. So what are we getting at? Here's what I would recommend. For those of you that want to have the beer or that want to have the drinks on the weekends, and you're not necessarily, you don't have a 3-week thing coming up or a 6-week thing, but you do want to lose, let's say, 10 or 15 pounds, right? Track everything. MyFitnessPal, which every one of you should have. If you don't, please go download it after you finish watching this. We've talked about that app 1,000 times in here, and and personal correspondence. Go download the darn app. It is invaluable. Put everything you eat for the week, not just the alcohol, and then add the alcohol in also. Track everything, every beer, every martini, whatever it is. Track that stuff. First of all, it's going to open your eyes as to how many calories you're really having. You wouldn't believe when people come to me and they say, "Oh, I can't lose any weight. I'm only having a couple of beers," but they're literally drinking 700-800 extra calories of alcohol every weekend. Well, you know what that adds up to? That's like a pound over the course of a month. So when you go the long game, you look at a year of struggling to lose weight, you're shooting yourself in the foot. That's 12 pounds that would have been gone had you not eaten over your maintenance and consumed all those darn beers. But we can hit our goals drinking the beer, but we got to know what we're taking in our bodies first. Don't play the chance game. So track. For any of you that are wondering about alcohol and want to have your alcohol, I know it's like we said, musicians especially, we're social, we're on stage, whatever. Or you like to go out on the weekends, you like your beer or your martinis or your wine or whatever. Track it. Do it for a week. I'll be glad to look at the numbers. Give me 1 week with alcohol on the days that you drink alcohol. That includes the glass of wine while you watch Grey's Anatomy during the week. Whatever that is, whatever your show is, Game of Thrones, whatever. I like that one. Track everything and send it to me in MyFitnessPal. You can just screen cap you do the little trick on your phone. If you're an iPhone person, I'm sure Droid, you get the same kind of thing. Send me the screen caps and we'll look at them and we'll sort of come up with a strategy for you for the alcohol. But that's sort of my answer for that. You can have it, but I would track it. The only time I cut alcohol out 1,000% is when I have something specific coming up. If you're laser focused on a goal in a month from now, we can do without alcohol for a month. Okay, Tony Horton kind of says that, if you can't go without something for 1 month, there's a deeper problem there. Okay, we can all go without something for a month, and I'll help you with that too. Because like I said, I did it for 3 weeks and it really wasn't that bad. Once you kind of get over that first weekend where you're the weirdo not drinking on stage, and everybody else is doing shots and you've got water in yours. Once you get over that, nobody in the audience knows. I don't care. And when we got on that cruise, nobody had any idea I wasn't drinking the whole time I was getting ready for the cruise, which I said was only 20 days. You can do an amazing sort of quick transformation to lean out for an event in 20 days. So track as far as the alcohol goes. So, Chris, the short answer is yes, you can have the beer, but let's figure out how much beer you're drinking. Where you are in your goals. You're kicking butt. I mean, Chris is like rock star. I can't wait to see some freaking before and after pictures from you, man. let's talk if we need to. Let's get down and let's figure out, what's your end game, what's the end goal. If you're close, I might say let's shelve that beer for another 3 weeks and get you shredded so you can take the shirt off on stage and like show off, and then start putting the beers back in. You'll be amazed when you're lean and you get to your goal. It's a lot easier to sort of have the beer and have the martini or whatever. Your body's going to tell you right away. You're going to wake up on like Monday morning and go, oh, wow, I just am bloated. You won't have gained 5 pounds, but you'll feel like that. And that's going to tell you, okay, I overdid it. Let me peel that back a little bit. Maybe switch to a lighter alcohol or, every other drink, try to do water. That helps a lot. That's a little tip that I didn't even give in the last video that had no sound, so you wouldn't know that anyway. But alternate your drinks with water. It'll help fill you up. It won't do you any favors for having to go, use a bathroom, but it'll, sorry for getting a little real there, but yeah, if you do water in between the drinks, it will help flush you out. You'll still have something in your hand that you're drinking, so it'll give you that, that sense of having that, and that'll help you also hit your goal. So I don't want to go too long on this. We're already at 11 minutes. Yeah, man. Chris, keep pushing. Everybody else, keep pushing, track. I'll be happy to help you one-on-one if any of you guys have very specific things you want, for your goals. But let's set those goals. We talked about that in video 1. If you don't have a goal right now, we need to pick one. We need to pick one yesterday. Let's pick a new one. Let's pick a reboot. Pick an attainable goal in the short future. Let's do 10 pounds. Let's do 15 pounds. We can slam that off in no time. And, that will help build your momentum up for the next phase of your goal. And, so that's the long and the short of it. Alcohol, you can have it. Just be careful with it. And, if you need help, hit me up. You know where to find me. I'll make a more official version of this. I'll throw up on YouTube just so you'll have it as an archive sort of answer with all these tips this weekend. But for now, here's a quick little, impromptu. Hope it helps you guys. Keep rocking, and I will see you over the weekend. Later.